All right, hello everybody. Lee Southwick. I'm Lewis Turner. Lee, how are you?
I'm cold. How are you?
I'm cold. I'm cold. I've ditched the standard TV weather guy blazer for the North Face.
Yeah.
I'm just freezing. I'm cold in the office. It's cold in the office.
Well, especially because we purposely wanted windows with our desk so we could look outside, be weather nerds, look at the clouds.
For sure.
I always regret it these mornings, though, because the cold is right there at the windows.
For sure. So today's weather talk with Lee and I, we're gonna discuss certainly how cold it has been, how cold it's going to be. We're going to forecast a little bit and have some fun doing that in a minute, but also put some practical advice out there from our own personal experience, from our experience talking with professionals when it comes to what you do about. We always say the P's, right? We always say the people, the pets, the plants, and then pipes as well. So we're going to go into those kind of things with our personal experiences and the expertise of others as well, and things we've learned over the years of doing this meteorology game there, Lee.
So we know today it's a cold day. You had it this morning on GMJ. Highs stay in the 50s, wind chills in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
But I thought first we should start by looking at what our overnight lows are, again, overnight tonight, because it's going to be potentially a little bit colder in some spots. And what does that mean for your P's, your pets, your plants, your people, and your pipes? So across Southeast Georgia, Lou, I think we're in the 20s. You had this forecast too, but you see that I put a question mark next to pipes. So
Right.
I think you and I can agree there's no question across all of the First Coast. People need to be checked on, make sure they have a way to stay warm. Pets need to come inside. They need to stay warm. Plants cover up because last night, or really this morning, we had the wind chill in the 20s, which was awful. But as the winds start to relax, we could get more frost. That's particularly harmful to plants. And then pipes.
Yeah. I think the pipe's a big question mark, especially for inland in southeast Georgia. You get kind of west of I-95 in southeast Georgia, and it depends on a lot of different things. Now, in North Florida, less of a concern. Certainly, we could have a freeze out there, but really, when you're thinking about protecting pipes, a lot goes into play here. You're going to need temperatures that are well below freezing, frankly, in the mid and upper 20s, and it's going to have to be several hours of time for those temperatures to kind of be holding on to cause any sort of damage. But also on top of that, it's about architecture of your home and maybe the year or the type of structure you have. I mean, if you're talking about copper pipes and plumbing that runs along inside walls that are not insulated and or along outside of homes, sometimes, in older homes or other manufactured buildings, you have the metal pipes, and you don't see it as often anymore, but that run up the length of the house or the structure that are kind of bolted onto the side. That's when you've got exposed pipes. That certainly would be an issue. Now, Lee and I aren't going to sit here and tell you need to do this. It's going to be a you call because you're spending money by dripping pipes. Now, obviously, you're spending more money if a pipe bursts. So you need to know the kind of structure you have. If you have, again, exposed pipe or pipe that's maybe running in walls that's not insulated, not running through insulation, you may have more of a risk. And some of the things that you can do is as far as wrapping a pipe, draining hose pipes that may be connected to the spigot, disconnecting the hose from the spigot altogether is also a good idea, Lee. So, and I know I was thinking also about our friends who have pools. Pools is kind of a common thing here on the First Coast in Southeast Georgia. I think if you are so fortunate to have a pool and a pool company that takes care of everything, most of the times during winter months when things have transitioned, they will have set timers for pumps to run in the overnight hours and early morning hours anyway, as opposed to the afternoon that you have it in the summertime when you're actually using the thing. So maybe that guy or the gal who's running your pool services is already handled that. If you are that pool person and do it all yourself, remember that timer trick. Set your pump to where it's running overnight in the early morning hours. And this will, again, particularly apply to those exposed pipes and that type of pool plumbing for our friends in inland southeast Georgia. And this would go especially for folks who maybe have the above ground pool plumbing as well.
Absolutely great tidbit. So again, yeah, we just want to press on the point too when it comes to dripping your pipes, exposed pipes. As for most, it won't be a concern across the First Coast, but you know your house better than we do. As Lou said, it's up to you to decide if you do want to run your pipes, run your faucets. And something else I didn't put on this graphic, but just to mention, when you are running your water, dripping your water isn't actually recommended. It's a stream that's as thin as a spaghetti noodle.
There you
But
go.
that's what you would need to come out of the faucet in your kitchen.
For sure. And that's a lot of water running. So, I mean, you got to really kind of be comfortable with this idea. So,
Right.
again, know your property and again, the areas that are going to see the worst of it, inland Southeast Georgia, and we're going to get those 20s for an extended period of time. It looks like, again, overnight. And then also, I'm going to go back to the protecting the pets and the people. For sure, we want to call our family, our friends, our loved ones, or go check on a neighbor or someone in the
Yes.
neighborhood who may be super sensitive to cold. And then also, I mean, we talk about, the elderly as well, but also our children, sitting outside of that bus stop for an extended period of time with these early morning lows. I mean, it's obviously uncomfortable, but you could run into issues. My son is super susceptible to this. Like Ollie, he'll get really, really rosy cheeks, like we all do, but just really, really rosy cheeks when it's super cold out. And then you can get things like windburn. It's uncomfortable. So obviously we're layering up. We're putting the stocking caps over the ears and things like that. If the drive to school isn't possible and they have to do the bus stop or walk or bike these next couple of mornings.
Absolutely. I'm glad you brought up pets, people, because one thing that our pipes don't care about, but we care about wind chills
Sure,
too. So
100%.
that was a big problem this morning, and I do think that we will have to watch out for a bit of a breeze. Now, we're not going to have as much of a breeze again tomorrow, but still you can see that when the wind does blow, it drops those temperatures by a few degrees. So we do think our wind chill, our feels like temperatures again tomorrow in the 20s for most of us. Again, we'll have actual air temperatures down to the 20s, and then when that breeze does occasionally blow, and you also see that along the beaches too and along the coast, it makes it feel even colder. So please, again, bundle up. We do have a low temperature in, say, Jacksonville of 32 degrees, but you'll likely notice that 4 degrees as well, down to 28. I mean, feeling like the 20s again for a lot of us for our Wednesday morning. So Lou, let's talk about wind chill. What is wind chill?
For sure. And the reason this is important, because numbers matter and air temperature, we emphasize it, because a lot of people will say, well, you're giving this forecast and you're telling us what the air temperature is. Why does that matter when you tell me it's going to feel like it's 27 out? Why not just tell me it feels like 27? That's a good point. But also, there is physics involved and thermodynamics involved. The miracle molecule of water, H2O. Scientifically, you just have to have 32 degrees or below, or 0 degrees Celsius, in order for it to form a solid. Water, of course, freezing is when you hit 32 and below. It matters so much when we're talking about plants and pipes or inanimate things. But when it comes to human sensory, your five senses, we talk about heat index values, generally speaking, because of the way we sweat. And then we talk about wind chill because of, essentially, if there's no wind, our bodies produce a natural layer of warmth right outside of it. You got capillaries in the skin. You got hair that stands up that protects us all. When you're getting wind blowing that defensive layer away, also any moisture that comes out of the skin, when it's whipped away by the wind, that has a cooling factor as well. So all of these things can add up to internal temperatures in our bodies actually dropping just a bit. So wind chill matters to human beings way more than it matters to the things that aren't alive. So again, we bring up the 32 degrees air temperature and below because freezing is important and it matters for precip and things like that. But for our bodies, wind chills can make a big difference.
Exactly. That's why, we, as you mentioned, we've gotten emails before that say, oh, why are you talking about wind chill or in summertime, the heat index? They say it's hype. And it's not. It's because your body actually thinks it's in the 20s. Doesn't matter that it's 32 degrees. Your body is reacting to, say, 28 degrees. So.
Yeah, and that can lend itself to illness or other issues. And again, to the especially vulnerable, while we mentioned checking pets and people. And this is, I saw on my neighborhood Facebook page, because cats. We've got indoor cats, we got outdoor cats, we got the hybrid cats. The cats can do both indoor and outdoor, and cats are smart, like they can handle this. But I mean, your outdoor pets. I mean, if you have a dog that's generally outside, or even livestock. I know our farmers around the area really have it down pat. I mean, they know, they're watching us regularly for that cold weather forecast. But let's make sure the animals are well protected as well, especially these next couple of mornings. And looking off in the distance with this forecast, it's a lot of times we'll have hope in the 7-day of a warm up, but even right now it's kind of like this is something we're going to need to get used to for at least the next week or so.
Yeah, I speaking of those pets, I love to see the horses with the blankets over them.
Yeah.
I think it's great if you bring your pets inside, as you should tonight, get them all comfortable and warm. Send us a picture on Weather Watchers.
Please.
We love sharing stuff like that on our Facebook page, the First Coast News Weather Watchers.
100%.
All right, something else we're talking about because we're staying warm. Next, we're going to talk about safety when it comes to fires and just how to protect yourself. Of course, space heaters, there's a lot of dangers with that too. So always turn off your heater when you're asleep. I know we want to stay warm while we're sleeping, but just get your blankets. You don't want to be asleep, unconscious, even out of the room with a space heater running, because they can catch fire. They're such a fire hazard. So please turn off your heaters when you are away or when you're sleeping. Also, you want to keep any flammable objects, obviously, away from the heat source by at least 3 feet. The more distance, the better. So also, for active fireplaces, you have to get your chimney swept annually. Lou, I'll be completely honest. We have a fireplace that I haven't used in years because we're just, there's too much that could go wrong here. And so we actually haven't used our chimney in a long time because of you have to upkeep with the
100%.
Sweeping of it. So
lived in my house for 10 years, never used never used the fireplace.
There you go.
I don't know why. I just first of all, it's Florida, and 98% of the time it's like fireplace. It's just fun to look at. We got a fire pit in the backyard. You want to take similar precautions. It will roast marshmallows and stuff. And I think most importantly, when you're talking about space heater safety, fireplace safety, anything, just double check those smoke detectors and even a carbon monoxide detector as well right now, just to be extra safe. Going back to the plants for a minute. I get a lot of emails about that, and I know Ross did a great segment. He was doing live shots last night and about protecting your plants, and so which brings up frost. This morning, frost certainly could have been an issue in some places where the wind died out. But what you need for frost is kind of similar dynamics to fog. You're going to have temperatures, obviously, close to that freeze point, or with the dew point close to that as well, and then low winds or no winds. So winds have a tendency to mix up atmosphere and can cause issues. So when the winds begin to die down a bit, I know we've been talking about wind chill, but we're all going to have lower winds the next couple of mornings relative to what we had today. I think you're going to be dealing with a little bit more frost.
I absolutely agree with you. And that's why we'll see patchy frost closer to the beaches, because you have to have a protected area without that wind blowing. But inland areas could see that widespread frost. All right, so let's talk about the forecast now. Sure. People here might want to see the forecast. I believe I have the 7-day pulling up too. So there we go. It like you said, there's really no hope in sight.
Yeah.
This is brutal.
Yeah.
And when we have several days of cold, it does almost get worse and worse. Like, you don't have the ability to really warm your body up if you are outside a lot. So of course I'm thinking about people like our construction workers, people who have to work outside because this is dangerous cold. And for those outdoor pets, like we mentioned, they really don't have that opportunity to warm themselves up. It gets dangerous. Same way as in summertime with the heat index and the heat advisories that we get, because you don't have the ability to really cool yourself down at night too when those temperatures stay warm. This is the same thing. It's staying cold the entire time. And a lot of our vegetation, our plants, even us, I'm not built for this. A lot of us are not really prepared for this type of several days of cold on the way.
That's Florida, it's Georgia. You know what I mean? Folks in Wisconsin may raise their eyebrows at us, but it's all relative, right? And what is normal for this time of year, our afternoon normal highs would be 66 degrees, and with morning lows normally in your mid 40s, low to mid 40s. That's kind of normal for the time of year. And we had been looking at this. I mean, 10 days ago, we were talking about the Climate Prediction Center showing an anomaly of 10, 15 degrees below normal, and we're in that now, and we'll be for the next couple of days. I do look at Monday, and I'm hesitant. I'm thinking, whenever you look at a 7-day forecast, all of us kind of tend to gravitate back towards, since you're getting towards the end of reliability and some computer modeling, you get 7 to 10 days, you kind of gravitate back towards climatology, which would be middle 60s. And I'm looking at that high Monday of 64. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a nice little rebound. I'd be interested as we get closer to Monday if we're going to be adjusting that even a little bit, because you could say, hey, there's some hope, sunny, low winds, 5. I mean, we're waking up in the 30s, but we're warming up to the 60s. Let's just temper our excitement for the 60s. Even that would be below normal, but technically. But let's temper our excitement there, because even the Climate Prediction Center is now looking for the rest of the month of January is remaining kind of below normal, at least with some of our temperature anomalies. So we'll watch that for you as well. And we can always look forward to spring break. We got that maybe deep down a month and a half away on the horizon as well. Now, I will note, while it is cold, not record breaking. So, record-breaking temperatures this morning would have been 21 degrees. That would have been your record low back in 1924. So cold, but we've done worse around these parts for sure, and we'll just persist through. Do mention we've been watching that Gulf low and cold weather coming from our Midwest by Friday night into Saturday, bringing us our next best chance of rain. That still looks to be holding pretty good, consistent runs there, showing Saturday morning we're looking at some rain. That'll bring potential for snow up towards Atlanta. It was that's the signal we were watching, again, about 7 to 10 days ago, where some of that wintry precip was being indicated on computer models deep south, South Georgia even, and that's of course backed off as we anticipated, and now it's looking like perhaps a line up towards Atlanta and the Midlands of South Carolina into the mountains of North Carolina. We'll talk about getting some good snow for our ski resorts up in like Boone, North Carolina, and the mountains of North Carolina. So
you can travel north, not too far, to see the snow. I mean,
right.
Like you said, for any flurries for us, we would have needed that freezing air at the same time as rain, and maybe by some miracle, a little shower in the morning will come off the coast, and you get a few little flurries trying to fall in your morning hours. But the chances of that look so extremely low over the next couple of days. So sorry that we are telling you no snow here, but it's close by. Drive to Georgia, drive to the Carolinas, go enjoy it.
100%.
If you want it. If not, stay here.
If that's the wish. Otherwise, we'll wish for some 70s again, hopefully in the next few weeks.
That's my wish.
In the 7-day, not so much. Lee, I think we've pretty well got it covered.
Yep.
We feeling good?
I think, I'm feeling cold still. But,
Still feeling cold.
everyone just bundle up, stay warm. We are not at the end of this. We got several more days to go.